skies, and on every occasion that you do or don't smile. Every time you dance for joy.
Welcome to Sensible Secondhand Reviews, the series where we look at practical and sensible cars which you can buy for a budget of between £1,000 and £5,000. This is the 2018 Audi A1 1.4 TFSi cylinder on demand S-Line Black Edition. But is it any good? Should you care? Let's find out, shall we? So the first generation Audi A1 was launched in 2010, based on the chassis of the Mark 5 Polo. The engines available were a 1.2 with 85 horsepower, a 1 litre from the facelift in 2018 until the end of production in 2018 with 94 horsepower, and we had 5 different 1.4 engines: 120, 123, 138, 148 like this one, and 182 brake horsepower, which came with a standard automatic gearbox. If you want to get really crazy, you've got the Quattro and the S1 models with either 252 horsepower or 228 horsepower. There are also some diesels available, but as usual, due to controversial government legislation and all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. Right, instead we're going to do a 0 to 60 acceleration. I'm afraid the 2-cylinder mode is not happening. Let's just change it into dynamic mode. Oh, viewers. Oh my God. Help. Right, I'll just slow down before we hit this full focus in front of us, viewers. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to put it back into efficiency mode. And we're going to drive like normal, responsible citizens. There we go. Oops, I thought I was in the S1 version there, viewers, for a second, but I wasn't. Never mind. Yeah, this 148 brake horsepower version is quite fast. Last one I drove of these, which was last year, was the 138 brake horsepower version with the automatic gearbox. This, with the manual and the slightly more powerful 1.4, it's got to be worth it, viewers. What a fabulous little car. It drives really well. This gearbox is nice and tight. Change is really good. This car's already done 55,000 miles, so, you know, you understand why it feels so good. Suspension is a little bit firm on this S-Line Black Edition model, which is okay. A lot of the time, if you're driving an Audi, you want nice firm suspension. Steering, actually, despite the fact we're in efficiency mode, feels pretty good. I'm actually quite impressed with this. I was impressed with the last one I drove, but because this is the S-Line, we've got thermo suspension and a 6-speed manual and a little bit more power, it's even better. So viewers, unfortunately we've got a noise of streaming in the background. And this is a last-minute substitution, this Audi A1. I have filmed one of these in the last year or so. The last one I filmed was a pre-facelift one, I think a 2014 or 15. This is a 2018. This is right at the end of the first generation of A1. This is the S-Line Black Edition. And it does look quite good, I have to say. Although this car is actually worth about £12,500, which considering it is about 7 years old now. Seems quite a lot of money for a small car like this, but it is pretty nice. I have to give it that. Anyway, this is the 6-speed manual gearbox. The last one I drove was an automatic, so I'm interested to see if this is any better. This has the 148 brake horsepower cylinder on demand engine, so actually it's got a 2-cylinder mode, which is fun. I think if you open up the boot, we're going to find that my dealer plate falls off. I'm going to have to reattach that. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we are. Let's put that there for a second. So the boot's got an adjustable height floor. Interesting that the rear lights have to have these bits on them, but I think it's because if you have a tailgate that moves up like this, and if you're stopped on the road at night, European law dictated at the time that you had to have these lights in here, so if your tailgate's up, people can still see the car at the back, which is fine. Quite a few Audis are like that. Anyway, open up the adjustable floor. We find we have a tyre inflation kit, which is no surprise to anyone. That number plate's fallen down again. Can we use one hand to lift this up? Yes, we can. Put it down like that. In which case you get a boot capacity of 270 litres when it's down like that, which isn't massive. It's smaller than, for example, the Mark 7 Fiesta, which is about 285 litres, I think. Yeah, this sort of car, considering this is really competing against a 5-door Mini at the time, I think an F55, if I get that right, could be the 56, then I think it's fine. It is a nice looking car. I'm not a massive fan of red cars, but somehow this sort of works as well. On this black edition at the bottom, we've got these twin exhaust pipes at the back, which make it look, it's pretty good, to be honest. Very, very, very low profile tyres on this car. I presume also contributes to a slightly firm ride, but that's okay. What size have we got on here, if I can actually find the... There we go, we've got 18-inch wheels on this car. And we got the facelifted front end, which came in 2015. Let's have a seat in the back and see what it's like. It's probably just a little bit on the cramped side, I'd imagine, in here. But we'll give it a go. This is in the time when actually Audi were using a lot of proprietary interior fittings for their cars. Although it's based on the same platform as a Mark 5 Polo, you wouldn't really know that, because I can't find anything in here that's too obviously related to that. Apart from the seatbelt buckles, of course, and things. Yeah, it's a little bit on the cramped side in here. Do we have nice damped grab handles? No, we don't. I think actually this is the 5-door, they're known as a Sportback. The 3-door was the original version, although this is a bit more practical than that. It's not too bad. I mean, if you're comparing against an F56 or a 55 Mini, it's okay. We've got these sort of door bins in here. Do we have soft touch door tops in here? No, we don't. We have this sort of material here, which is nice. Actually, the interior is very, very nice quality. These large seats, which don't have any mat pockets on them, remind me of actually Mark III Focus ST in that regard. They do take up some room, I think. I think they actually do actually rob a bit of knee room. No heated seats on this one, unfortunately. We've got a drive selector. Maybe that could be interesting to try out later, couldn't it? Yeah, so some door pockets, no centre armrest in the back, which is fine, I suppose. But yeah, you wouldn't want to go too far in this. If your friends were quite short, and if you maybe are a young person or something like that, you don't really mind being folded into the back of the car, then it's not going to be an issue. But if you've got anybody with mobility issues or who's quite tall, it could be a problem. Right, let's get in the front, shall we, viewers? Right. Okay, everything just feels extremely high quality. I think this is probably the highest quality Super Mini interior of its time. This pop-up screen though looks absolutely laughable. By 2018 when this car was discontinued, that's just laughably bad, isn't it? Mind you, the ones down here, they don't look too bad. This is kind of like a selector, a bit like an iDrive controller, but down there. Got physical buttons for the climate control. And we've got a drive select mode button down there as well. 6-speed manual, normal handbrake. Steering wheel is somehow in this car looks quite appropriate somehow. Audi interiors were very much copied at this time by other manufacturers such as MG. They used to have very similar interiors to this in some of their models from the late 2010s. Dark headlining, which I'm not a massive fan of, but never mind, it's okay. Again, nice materials on these doors. Not hard, not soft touch, but again, you don't expect that really in a Super Mini particularly. But it just feels very nice. The door bins are quite large in this car as well. Got cruise control on this little stalk down here, which is good. And then these controls are very similar to other Volkswagen Group cars. I don't think the facelift interior is that different from the pre-facelift one, but that's not really a problem. I don't think it's really needed to be. Put the key there for a second, viewers. We're going to just see if I can get my secret mission documents. We're going to see if we can put them in here, which I might have to move the manual out for, but that's okay. Just give me 1 second. Okay, viewers, the secret mission documents are back to the car today, which is good. Let's see if we can get these in here. No. Oh, no. Yes! Oh, viewers, this is an improvement, isn't it, on so many cars I test. In fact, 2 cars today I couldn't even get anywhere near the glove box because they were rubbish. This car, there we are, folders in there, perfect, full of nice information. We're doing okay today, viewers. I'm just going to find the key, we'll pop it in and have a look at this incredible infotainment system up here. Yeah. Oh, be quiet. Oh. Yes, I know. You don't need to remind me. Is this actually going to load up now? Oh, yes, it is. Good. So we control it from these things down here. So if we want to go to the menu, we press this button here. We don't need navigation on necessarily. And it goes to this rotary system like this, which isn't, to be honest, too bad. Let's turn that off. Yeah, so what can we look at in the car menu here? Initializing car systems, please wait. Well, that's not very exciting, is it? Let's try something else. I thought I turned you off. Go away. Right. Oh, right. Drive select. Here we go. What? No. Right. If we do this, does that do anything? Wait, what? 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 Hold on a second, viewers. Right, yes, so there we go. This is working well now. Drive select on there, or drive select down here. We can use either. Brilliant. And even if you do it on here, there we go. Auto dynamic and efficiency. Fantastic, viewers. I feel much better now. I've calmed right down. Okay, let's see if we can go through the menu on here. Onboard computer, efficiency. There we go. That's not very useful though, because we're in miles per gallon. That's in kilometers and things like that. That's not that useful. Never mind. Onboard computer. There we go. So if we go up and down here, yeah, refuel, DAB, automatic connections active, navigation not available. Great, wonderful. And so that is fine. Can we go through like this? Oh, yeah, 14 miles an hour for mileage. Yeah, excellent, good, fabulous. Has this car really only done 15,000 miles? Ooh. No, it hasn't. It's done 55. I'm reading the wrong display views because I am a fool. Right, dynamic. Oh, we don't have a. Oh, of course, we don't have a sat nav card in here. Okay, that's fine. Telephone. Do telephone? Can we do that? Right. Okay, search from your phone. Fine. Okay. Anything else we can do? There we go. No medium inserted. Just I don't want Mystic Meg in here, really, telling me which way to go. That would be a little bit dodgy, viewers. So, yeah, we've got a 12-volt socket right down there. Do we have a USB port in his car anywhere? Or is it too old for design? I can't find the USB port, viewers. I can't find one. Rubbish. Maybe it's hidden somewhere in a glove box or something like that. CD player though is there, which is nice. It shows the sort of underlying age of the design. I think these came out in 2010, these Audi A1s. So there we go. But maybe it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, let's sort of faffing around with this screens and things and go and have a look under the bonnet. Fabulous views. Gas struts. We like that. Like that very much. There's the Volkswagen Audi Group coolant reservoir that was around for a long time. And the 1.4 TFSi engine, in this case we had 148 horsepower with 2-cylinder mode. Yeah, you've got to watch carbon build up on these engines, and also there was a cam belt to do somewhere under there, so make sure that's been done. Apart from that, not much to say. Can we even see the gearbox? Yes, we can, so it's not too bad. Something should be sitting on top of there, something is missing. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's not the battery, because that's somewhere else, otherwise the car wouldn't run without it, but something should be sitting there, and I'm not sure what it is. I think possibly these cars were available on certain versions with four-wheel drive, and so maybe there's components missing or something, but not on this one. Anyway, I think that's quite enough of me waffling on about nothing. Let's go for another drive. A lot of Audi kind of sort of goodwill, it trades on the image of the car, and Audi is one of the most popular brands on sale at the moment. Now, I don't necessarily think it would be worth paying the extra premium for this over, say, a Polo or a Fabia or an Ibiza of the time. But nevertheless, it's a very nice car to drive. It feels very taut. The suspension is quite firm in this, but maybe that's what you want. The power is certainly there if you want to go fast. I mean, you could even go a lot faster than this in the 182 brake horsepower version, or go for one of the crazy 2-litre versions, the Quattro or the S1, and go even quicker. Although, because we're in efficiency mode now, we should actually get the 2-cylinder mode come in at some point, which would give us a little bit more economy. Not that we necessarily, need it, but if you can have this much fun and the car looks as good as this does, and you're getting reasonable fuel economy, then that sounds like a very tempting all-round package. The only thing I would say about one of these is that it's a little bit expensive to service in comparison with lots of other cars of this type. It's not as bad as something like a Mini. Those tend to be actually a little less dependable than these, and also they do require expensive servicing. But this one, yeah, I can see why it would appeal to quite a lot of people. I just like the way it's built and the way it feels. And you put someone behind the wheel of this, and he's not necessarily an enthusiast or anything, but who likes kind of cars that are quite stylish and they're nippy and they feel good quality. It'd be an easy sell to somebody like that, and especially if this is nice and compact as well. Let's have a look now, viewers, at some first-generation Audi A1 trim levels. So the base model is called the SE, then there's the Sport and the S-Line. Those are the kind of normal ones, but there were an absolute ton of others, like this S-Line Black Edition, for example, the S-Line Black Edition Nav, which I think this might be, the Contrast Edition Plus, the Amplified Edition, the Sport Nav, then the S-Line Nav and S-Line Style Edition, then 3 different versions of the S1. The S1 Competition, the S1 Competition Nav, and the S1 Nav. Those you've got to be aware of in this particular variety of engines. On the 1.4s for 120 horsepower and the 182 horsepower versions of a timing chain, and those are prone to failure. The 182 horsepower version of the same engine that was in the Mark II Fabia VRS, and they're well known for being problematic, which is a bit of a shame. You could get 4-wheel drive on the Quattro version, which had 2-litre engine, 252 horsepower, which is bonkers. Turbochargers, electrical faults, noisy suspension, connectivity issues, and rear seat repairs from cigarette burns can be the main problems on these, apart from the standard ones to do with things like carbon build-up on the engine and timing belts. So yeah, should you consider an Audi A1 of the first generation for your hard-earned budget of between £1,000 to £5,000? Well, this particular car, a very late one, a black edition, obviously it's worth double sensible second-hand reviews money. So, these do hold their value extremely well. I quite like them. They are a little bit expensive to service. They're much more expensive to service than the equivalent, say, the Fabia or the Polo or the Ibiza. But this might be what you want. I quite like these cars, to be honest. My lady wife probably would like one of these a little bit more, but we're not buying her one at the moment, I'm afraid. So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again soon for some more reasonably priced motoring.
every day with blue skies.